misafirler, Özel Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi adına hepinize hoş geldin diyor, saygıyla selamlıyorum. Sözüme başlamadan önce tüm katılımcı öğrenciler burada yer almasını rica ediyorum. Yabancı dil bölümü olarak benimsediğimiz konuşulmayan dil, öğrenilmiş sayılmaz ilkesi doğrultusunda TEDx etkinliğini Aydın'da ilk defa gerçekleştirmek üzere burada toplanmış bulunuyoruz. TEDx, paylaşmaya değer fikirlerin dile getirildiği heyecan verici konuşmalarla zenginleşen bir dünyayı yaşamamızı sağlayan uluslararası bir etkinliktir. Bu bağlamda okulumuzda yabancı dil derslerinde gerçekleştirdiğimiz TEDx konuşmalarını ilimiz genelinde lise öğrencilerini de teşvik ederek yabancı dil öğrenmenin önemini vurgulayıp bunu keyifli hale getirmeyi amaçladık. Bize bu fırsatı veren değerli forum ailesine okulum adına buradan teşekkür ediyorum. Ve şimdi de sizi jüri tanıtmak istiyorum. Adnan Menderes Üniversitesi İngiliz Dili ve Edebiyatı Bölümü öğretim üyesi Sayın İpek Uygur. Emel Mustafa Uşaklı Anadolu Lisesi İngilizce öğretmeni Meliha Üstündağ. Çin'de Feride Raşit Kalkan Ortaokulu Evrim Tutal. Zübeyde Hanım İlköğretim Okulu ve aynı zamanda Pamukkale Üniversitesi doktora öğrencisi Meltem Can. Efeler Anadolu Lisesi İngilizce öğretmeni İsmail Cengar. Özel Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi İngilizce Bölüm Başkanı ve Jüri Başkanı Aslı Kanar. Türk Dili Edebiyatı öğretmeni Murat Ümit. Pardon, okulunu söylemeyi unuttum. Özel Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi. Şimdi de yarışmacı öğrencilerime öncelikle başarılar diliyorum. Konuşmasını yapmak üzere okulumuzun müdürünü Sayın Süleyman Çokay'ı buraya davet ediyorum. Hepinize keyifli saatler diliyorum. İyi günler.
Değerli misafirlerimiz, dünyaca ünlü bilgi paylaşım platformu olan TEDx Events organizasyonuna öncelikle hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi olarak kurulduğumuz günden beri iki önemli noktaya özellikle vurgu yapıyoruz. Bunlardan bir tanesi öğrencilerin üst seviyede yabancı dil bilgisine sahip olmaları, diğeri de hem hayatın içinde olmalarını sağlayacak olan, sosyal faaliyetlerde yer almalarına olanak sağlayacak olan değişik becerileri kazandırmak. Bugün bu etkinliğimizle öğrencilerimiz hem yabancı dili en üst seviyede kullanırlarken aynı zamanda doğru düşünme yeteneklerini, doğru düşünme becerilerini ortaya koyacaklar. Biliyorsunuz günümüzde artık bilgiye ulaşmak çok kolay. Bilgi bir meta olarak gözüküyor. Yani herkes her istediği zaman bilgiye çok rahat ulaşabiliyor ama günümüzde artık bilgiden daha önemli şeyler de var. Bilgiye ulaşmanın dışında bu bilgiyi kodlayıp en iyi şekilde özgürce ifade edebilmek. Zaten 21. yüzyıl becerilerine baktığımız zaman farklı beceriler, yetenekler ön planda oluyor. Diplomaların artık bir raf ömrü var. İnsanlar belli bir seviyeden sonra ikinci üniversite girişlerini sağlıyorlar. Hayat boyu öğrenme söz konusu. Dolayısıyla kendini yenileyen, inovasyon dediğimiz gelişime, değişime açık olan bireyler 21. yüzyılda fark yaratacaklardır. Bizler Özel Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi olarak bu gerçekten yola çıkarak bu etkinliklerimizi tüm öğrencilere, tüm gençlere yaymaya çalışıyoruz. Son olarak ben değerli velilerimize de, öğrencilerimizin birazdan sahneye çıkacaklar, onlara da teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Genelde şöyle bir yanlış var, herkes sınava odaklanıyor. İşte LGS, TYT, YKS, AYT, her sene 3 harfli değişik sınavlara girip çıkıyor ama aslında doğru olan siz velilerimizin yaptığı gibi sınava değil de çocuklarınıza odaklanmaktı. Siz bugün bunu başardınız. Sınava değil de çocuklarınıza ve çocuklarınızın farklı özelliklerine odaklandınız. Bu noktada tekrar sizleri tebrik ediyorum. Tüm arkadaşlarıma da başarılar diliyorum.
Çoka'ya teşekkür ediyoruz. Yabancı Diller Bölüm Başkanımız Sayın Nazik Uysal'a da teşekkür ediyoruz. 20 Nisan 2019 tarihinde 40 kişinin katılımıyla gerçekleşen yarışmada finale katılmaya hak kazanan 10 öğrenci jüri tarafından belirlenmiştir. Birazdan başlatacağımız yarışmada da ilk üçü belirleyeceğiz. Ben sizi daha fazla bekletmeden ilk yarışmacımız olan Emel Mustafa Uşaklı Anadolu Lisesi'nden 11. sınıf öğrencisi Sidar Polat'ı konuşmasını yapmak üzere sahneye davet ediyorum.
Okay, so this is totally an experience I will be telling my 60 cats when I grow up. When you hear the word freedom, you probably think about leaving your work to go to the beach and never come back again. But isolating yourself from the real world is not what freedom is. Your understanding of freedom might be different, which is totally normal and okay because we are all unique. But there's one thing you all have to be aware of, which is you cannot just ignore things to find your freedom. You can't just ignore your work or your school so that you can feel free. It's like throwing your dirty clothes and all this messy stuff in your room into your closet so your mom doesn't get mad at you and your room looks cleaner. But in fact, there's this mess in the closet, right? You can continue doing this, ignoring things for a while. But when the truth finds you, I mean, when your mother decides to look inside the closet and tidy that mess up too, it will be so much more harder for you to face things than it would be if you haven't tricked yourself. If this was what freedom is, we could say drug addicts are free too, right? Because they get to live whatever they dream of. But we call them addicts. Are they seriously free? Now I can see your questioning faces. What is this girl talking about? And how did this subject come to drug addicts? It's because, as I said in my previous speech and everywhere in my life, your brain has an independent personality than you. It's so different and it gets used to comfort and laziness so easily. And it loves your pretty lies. That's why when you ignore truth, you get used to it so easily and you start to live in that world you created. And that world is not real, right? But your brain doesn't accept it. Your brain gets used to it so much that you forget about the real world. And then your brain starts questioning it why people are acting this way, and it refuses the fact that you have to work hard on something to achieve things. It thinks like you already have everything, or even if you don't, what does it matter, right? You're going to die anyways. So your brain is like a child. When you try to find your freedom by this way, by ignoring things you shouldn't, you just kind of come to an end of a road which you started by thinking about finding your own freedom. What I'm trying to say is here, you can't ignore things to feel free, because feeling is not something real, right? Unfortunately, humankind is not capable of thinking and deciding if something is enough or not. You have to consider everything not to get tired twice as much about cleaning those sheets and dirty clothes inside your room, so that you can do it at one time forever. As I said, you can't decide if something is enough. You have to consider everything and think rationally, because chains can only be broken by truth. Thank you.
Evet Sidar Polat'a teşekkür ediyoruz. İkinci yarışmacımız olan Süleyman Demirel Anadolu Lisesi 10. sınıf öğrencisi Nisanur Yurdakulu konuşmasını yapmak üzere sahneye davet ediyorum.
Well, before I start my speech, I would like to say that I'm sorry about my diseased voice. Well, freedom. The thing that Spartacus resisted for all his life. The word that people like Malcolm X, Mahatma Gandhi spent all their lives for. Freedom from Mustafa Kemal Atatürk's maxim, either freedom or death. Freedom, the word that all human beings struggled for centuries. What happened when freedom came into our lives? Let me tell you. Democratic regimes took the places of wild dictatorships. I'm sorry. Human beings dropped to believe in narrow-minded religion, man, and we learned to think for ourselves. We learned to listen, the sound of our hearts. World became a better place with these kind of happenings, like totally based on freedom. But how did freedom occur? How people understood that they need freedom for being able to continue their lives? How did they define it? How could you define it? Like George Orwell? Because according to him, freedom is right to tell people that they do not want to hear. Can be valid for everyone? Or is it optional? Let me explain. For example, think about a bedridden person. According to him or her, freedom is maybe just being able to take a little tiny step from one place to another. Or think about a little girl in the middle of a battlefield. She wishes the silence of the weapons, doesn't she? And when the weapons pipe down, she can barely feel free. Look, we can make totally different definitions easily. And so it's not too hard to define it, but do we really carry it out as much as we define? Do we really make them real? Are we really free? If we are, then why are the autocrats still dominating in a large part of the world? Why people are complaining about destitution, violence, and pressure even in the most libertarian countries? Well, it's not at all easy to put it into practice, right? Don't we know how to overcome from these kind of problems? Yeah, we're totally now. By claiming our human rights, by caring about individuals' ideas, by providing more and more freedom for everyone. Please do not forget, no freedom, then no right to speak freely. No freedom, yes, slavery. No freedom, and no happiness, and no life either. Thank you all for listening.
First of all, thank you for your speech, really, it was great. I want to ask a question to you. My question is this. What do you think about this? Is ignorance freedom for you?
Yeah.
Is not knowing freedom for people?
We don't know it, but we don't actually make it into practice, turn it into practice. Because, like I said, it's not easy at all to make it into practice for us. It's my opinion.
Thank you. Thanks.
Nisanur Yurdakul'a teşekkür ediyoruz. Sırada 3. yarışmacımız var. Özel Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi'nden 11. sınıf öğrencisi Barış Tunçalp geliyor.
So, I'd like to start my speech with a simple question. Do you think you are free? First, this question may seem like it has an easy answer to give, but when you think more about it, it starts getting complicated. So, let's take a step back and see if we can make this question more answerable. To begin with, we should define what's freedom. Who is a free person? Well, basically, a free person is a person who can make decisions about his life and can execute them properly to achieve a goal that he wants to achieve. So, what do you think now? Do you think you are free by this definition? Well, if you ask me, I would say that the majority of the people are not free. I would say they do not satisfy the needs of this definition. Let me explain why. I think most people are trapped. Most people are trapped in a mentality, in a mindset that is holding them back from reaching their goals, that is making them wait something magical to happen and not acting on their ideas. This mentality is so dangerous that it leads to people living their lives in misery. So, to make you understand this mindset better, I have an example for you, and I think this will sound more familiar to you when I give you the example. So, let's say that I have a goal. Let's say that I want a chocolate. That's my goal, a simple goal, right? What do I need to do to accomplish this goal? To get a chocolate? Would you expect me to start whining about how hard it is to get a chocolate and how I am not capable of getting a chocolate and, you know, how I'm never going to be able to get a chocolate and start crying and crying more about it? Or would you expect me to start blaming the conditions? You know, how it is impossible to get a chocolate and how the supermarket is too far away and things like that, etc., etc. Or would you expect me to simply go get the damn chocolate? I mean, because I know what to do to get a chocolate, right? I just need to go to the supermarket and then pay the money to the cashier and then take the chocolate and then leave. You will expect me, which one would you expect me to do? You will expect me to do the third one, right? I mean, it's the logical thing to do. And if I would do the first two things, you would say that I'm an idiot. You would think that I'm a spoiled child who cannot do anything by himself. So you see where I'm going with this, right? How come we see a person who is doing these first two things that I just described about getting a chocolate as stupid? But when it comes to different goals in our lives, we do these two things all the time. You don't believe me? Well, let's change the example goal in our example, shall we? I mean, let's change the goal to losing weight. Let's change the goal to, you know, going to an ex-university. How many times have you heard the sentence that, you know, it's too hard to lose weight, I'm never going to lose weight, I can't stop eating desserts, etc., etc. Or how many times have you heard the sentence saying that the education system sucks, that's why I'm never going to go to this university, that's why I am going to be unsuccessful. So, what I'm trying to say is, basically, stop letting this mentality trap you. Break free of your chains. Stop letting other people's opinions about your lives determining your own reality, your own destiny. Start acting on your ideas. Start making active decisions and start moving. Stop waiting. I mean, it's driving me crazy to see how people are already dead in their 20s, in their 30s, or in their 40s. How, I'm telling you, they are dead. They are just waiting to get buried. They are just waiting to be buried, and it's so it's so disappointing to see that. And you don't want to be one of them. You don't want to die, right? You don't want to be dead. But you also should know that when you first realize this, it's going to be painful. It's going to be devastating to see that you have wasted your life for nothing. It's going to be agonizing, and you are going to feel like someone just reached your heart and crushed your bones, and it took your heart out. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, stop being trapped by this mentality and use the pain I just described to reach your goals. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech. I want to ask you a question. Do you think that you have the freedom in your life, in your own life?
I believe I kind of do, but I'm not sure if I have reached it fully. But I believe I am close to it, and I would really like to talk more about how I do it and how I realize these things, but I don't have enough time. So yeah, I think I kind of do, but not for sure.
Thank you.
Barış Tunçalp'e teşekkür ediyoruz. Sıradaki yarışmacımıza geçmeden önce Sidar Pavası jüri üyelerinin sorularını cevaplamak üzere buraya davet ediyorum.
Sidar, I would like to thank you for your very inspiring presentation. Well, you told us you can't ignore things to keep free. This is something that taken as a norm. I'd like to learn, does that mean freedom involves cooperation or kind of awareness
I don't know how you heard it, but there's a saying that freedom is being aware of your obligations. You have to be aware of what should be done, what has to be done. And as I said in my example, you can't just throw the dirty clothes in your closet and they don't get clean. You can ignore things that make you feel bad, but ignoring will only lead them to get stronger as you don't fight them. So you just have to face it at the first place so that you can get rid of it at once and forever.
But what about the others? Elaborate on ignoring this. This sounds very general.
By ignoring, I mean being afraid of coping with things so that you just pass them to second plan every day. And if you keep going through that phase, and it's just an endless cycle. You have to just end it at that point. I know it's going to be harmful, I know it's going to be painful for you at first, but you have to end it there so that you can live more peacefully in your future. If you let the monster, for example, if you see an ant in your house, and if you let it be free because you're afraid, it will just continue living there. It will get bigger and maybe destroy your kitchen. So you have to erase your fear and cope with things at once. Thank you.
Şimdi de Özel Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi 11. sınıf öğrencisi Sercan Karaca'yı buraya davet ediyorum.
Hello and welcome everyone. Today I want to start with the definition of freedom. I want to start with a simple question for you. What would you do if I told you that you are chained in a cave and can't see the reality because of it? Well, this is not my own idea. This is Plato's cave allegory. According to Plato, we are all chained in a cave. and we can see the reality because of it, which is in the outside, and we only see its shadows. And in my idea, we are chained in a cave too, but outside is our freedom. And we only think we are making our decisions with our own freedom, but we are not. I know these words are so abstract right now, but the manipulation on us, on you, it's not. It's real and it's concrete. You are manipulated by someone who needs your time, your money, your ideas. And with that manipulations, your ideas are gradually changing. And you think you are the one who makes it changing. And this is what manipulators seek, as you know. But in our side, it just restricts our freedom. As we know, there are different ways to manipulate people. But the foremost power lies in the hands of social media. Because we are all use it or we are inside of it somehow. And I think inside of the social media, the most popular way to manipulate is commercials. On televisions, on internet, on the billboards, we encounter with countless different advertisements every day and every second. And they are just made for affect us, but only the ones on the internet, they are personalized, they just produced for you. I'm nervous, I'm sorry. Anyway, so what I mean is Google uses your past researches for making the best ads for you. In the end, you are buying something. It doesn't matter what is it for Google. Google just interested with did you buy it or not. It can be a shoe or a book or maybe a dress or food. By the way, did you realize that whenever you get hungry, there is a food commercials on your phone? Well, this is a simple trick too, because as humans, our bodies work similar to each other, and at the same time we are getting hungry. So you see a hamburger advertisement just when you get hungry and end up ordering it. Or if you need a more serious example, well, in United Kingdom, some politicians used Facebook for changing citizens' mind about their work. So, a company provides millions of people in order to win them over with the most convincing Facebook ads and fake news. As a result, manipulator side won the referendum. These people manipulated by their politicians, and this manipulating has made a huge effect on their country. So, as a conclusion, the manipulation is real, and it's stronger than ever. It changes our minds and plays tricks within it. It takes our freedom away and does it without our notice. So, as I said before, we are chained in a cave. It's now it became clear, right? So, we are chained in that cave, but we can escape. We can escape because we chained ourselves to that cave. We can escape by widening our perspective, by reading and writing, by questioning what is happening and why it is happening. So we can escape by taking the path which is not taken. And if we can make a difference, we can escape that cave too. So I want to end my speech with a quotation from Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled path, and that has made all the difference. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. First of all, I know it's a very challenging experience to be here speaking English. I want to ask you, how can we get out of that cave exactly? How can we get out of that or free ourselves from the system that imprisons us? Thank you.
As I said before, I think we should question it, because that system wants us to obey what it came with. But if we questioning ourselves, if we asking what is it or why is it, but why I am doing this, then we can reach the reality. So we can understand if this is available for us to do or not. So I think this is entertaining. This is for the way reach the freedom.
Sercan Karaca'ya teşekkür ediyoruz. Sıradaki yarışmacımız Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi 11. sınıf öğrencisi Zeynep İnceoğlu, sahneye davet ediyorum.
Hello everyone and welcome. First, I want to start with the definition of freedom. The definition of freedom is the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants. It seems so clear, right? If you can speak, think, or act the way you want, that means you are free. But is it as easy as expressing these words? I have some questions for you before starting my speech. First, are we hindering our own freedom? And if we do this, do we do that because of maybe we want to be part of the society that we live in? And the second question is, are we free? Maybe we think we are and maybe we think we are not. Initially, in these days, teenagers, one of the biggest problems is popularity. We are all refrained from not being included in a group of friendship or being excluded or being different. Because if you have tattoos on your body, or if you are wearing a hijab, or if you are just a girl who has bald head, that means you are a non-conformist or an extraordinary person for society. If you so, I am sure at least one time in your life you've been accused or exposed by glance or snub words from the people who you are with, or maybe from strangers. And that's the real point or the reason that we start to limit ourselves, our freedom. We start to limit our behavior, our jokes, our loves, and maybe a boy who has long hair thinks that he needs to cut his hair because of those community standards for not being excluded. And I think we are limiting who we are because of this society. Secondly, what condition does freedom depend on? Money, status, power, academic success. And are we spending our whole lives looking for freedom instead of living free from the beginning? To clarify for my current status, the exam that we still have been preparing for and which will determine our academic future and our whole life. Is it the first step for our freedom? Are we going to be free when we got our daily dream jobs? And the most important question is, are we going to happy? As a conclusion, are we supposed to have all those qualities to be happy? Does freedom needs all those standards? And maybe a professor who works at university has many success about many topics is free, but a girl who plays her guitar and sings her songs in the street for earning her own money is not free. Is that true? Because I don't think so. I think I'm free when I can walk the streets along the day I want. Maybe when I can dance on this stage the way I want, because it's my body, it's my ideas, and nobody can change it, and I can change them for anybody. I never let them to do this. And I am free when I can laugh with my friends freely. And I think I'm free when I can express my own ideas with anybody that I talk. And that's my idea for freedom. And I wonder, what's your idea about freedom? And for my last question for you, When will we reach the freedom? Because when I look at those standards that I've talked about in this speech, maybe when we die or so. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay, Zeynep. First of all, I would like to thank you for your speech. And I have a question for you. What is the main reason you talked about, some standards for your life? What's the main reason about the people see that standards as the reason of the freedom?
Because I think for our whole lives, we were looking for a little bit courage or maybe confidence to make ourselves different from the people, different from the others. And these situations will make us more confident, and with this confidence we will feel more free from the others because we are different from the others. I'm more confident, I'm more maybe intelligent, I have different ways from the others, and I think that's it.
Thank you.
Zeynep İnceoğlu'na teşekkür ediyoruz. Şimdi biraz müzik molası vereceğiz. İngilizce öğretmenimiz İsmail Cengar, Meltem Nur Esen ve Yağmur Aksu'dan oluşan müzik grubunu buraya davet ediyorum.
Negotiations breaking down, see the stars from, store and wake up in the morning and the business starts fly. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? Where you gonna sleep tonight? Here to sing the song, to think this is a lie. When you wake up in the morning and the business is fly. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? Where you gonna sleep tonight? Where you gonna sleep tonight?
Evet kıymetli misafirler, programa kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Aydın Anadolu Lisesi 9. sınıf öğrencisi Ece Esen'i sahneye davet etmek istiyorum.
Hello everyone. Freedom is a powerful word. Many popular philosophers have said so impressive words on freedom. They have tried to make us believe that we are free. But actually, are we really free? Freedom is an innate right which humans have since their birth. Freedom is not something that can be taught, seen, felt, or reached. All this gives a vague idea about freedom. What's freedom then? For a little girl, freedom may be to consume enough candies. For a young girl, freedom may be to be outside without any fear until midnight. For a young boy, freedom may be to drive a car with a maximum speed. Similarly to a youngster or a teen, freedom may be hanging out with friends or enjoying group activities. Some teens may want to involve in social service, contribute freely to the cause of underprivileged or poor. It may mean freedom to them. All people may seek security of health and love. Spend good time with grandchildren, enjoying group activities, and like this, and believe it to be their freedom. It's freedom to do everything that one wants. In fact, freedom is not an absolute right, and it has some constraints. A freedom that poses threats to the society and the nation we dwell in is not freedom in real sense. That means your freedom ends where mine begins. For a prisoner, being out of the prison means freedom, but from social perspective, freedom is definitely something that a person is free to do while abiding by customs, social customs, and law of the country. Law of the country. Law of the country. I'm so nervous. Consequently, freedom is about belief more than a concept. In his book entitled Landlady, Dostoevsky has said that freedom, if you give freedom to a person who doesn't know it, that person puts it in a sack and brings it back to you. That, what Dostoevsky refers in this statement is especially to the human being whose soul is enslaved. Such a person never knows what freedom is. And moreover, that person does not request freedom either. Just following the idea of freedom even makes the person free. Like happiness, freedom dies silently. when it's taken in palm as well. The privation of freedom is like a punishment to a human being. Is freedom a start or a result? For me, freedom is a starting point rather than a result in this infinite journey. In fact, freedom it's a beginning that increases the opportunities for being more creative and happier. It should never be forgotten that we are slaves as much as we get used to, and we are free as much as we give up. As our leader Atatürk has said, freedom is my character. Therefore, we must defend our freedom at all costs. Wishing a world where freedoms are not restricted. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your presentation, and I'm glad that you have provided us with many descriptions. And you told us that freedom is a powerful word, and it's different to each person, and your freedom ends where another person's freedom begins. So many beautiful descriptions. Thank you. And you also have said us that it is more than a concept. Freedom is more than a concept. So it is felt, or it's something experienced. Okay, now I would like to learn what does freedom mean to you?
For me, freedom means happiness. Because freedom brings happiness. If you feel free from your heart, you can breathe freedom. That's all. But it changes person to person.
Well, I would like to learn whether your sense of freedom will continue to change as you grow up.
Maybe, I don't know.
Thank you.
Who knows?
Ece, sana teşekkür ediyorum. Şimdi de Cumhuriyet Anadolu Lisesi'nden 9. sınıf öğrencisi Şahin Türkmen'i sahneye davet ediyorum.
Today I will be talking about freedom. I will be not talking about freedom as in the definition of the word freedom or in metaphorical sense. I will rather be talking about the literal of freedom and people that do not have freedom. And my goal today here is to because we as humans are kind of selfish. We're a selfish species because when we get used to something, for example sleeping 8 hours a day, we cannot do that. And we forget the importance of it. When we get a 7-hour sleep, it's just then we understand the importance of it. So, and I will be starting off my speech with people that are slaves. And there are categories of slavery. At first one is cow slavery, as in the traditional kind of slavery that everyone knows about, where people are bought and sold like property. And for example, in Libya, in the 2014 Civil War, Libyan Civil War, the country was torn into two pieces. And as war waged, people were starting to be bought and sold in open markets as property. And as another example, in Mauritania, in Africa, they have laws banning slavery, but they don't enforce it. And about 90,000 people are technically slaves, 2% of the country's population. And forced marriage is also not criminalized. It's free. It's not against the law. Another type of slavery is debt bondage, and this is, here's how it works. It's you, as a man, are in financial trouble, and you get a loan from the supposed loan lenders, and then you work for them. You literally agree to become their slave until you pay off your debt. But the problem here is these supposed loans are not made to be paid off. And these loans can be passed down to generation, and they affect South Asia heavily. If your father died or your uncle died, or because he has no children, that loan will be passed down to you and you will become their slave. Another kind of slavery is forced labor of children. And children is in, this happens in any type of country. In fact, you have third world countries like Africa, and first world countries like the USA, and children are most often recruited to local farms, fishing industries. They're sometimes in war-torn countries recruited as child soldiers to fight or act as a spy. And to be honest, our country is not that far from this old child slavery thing, because you see them on the streets begging for money, sometimes selling paper, sometimes their mothers begging together, and sometimes they're working in factories with no pay whatsoever. It's not that far off from this, but we're not aware of this. We're not aware of it. And what I'm trying to say is, as the whole speech is, we should not avoid this, and we should try to be, as a community, as a world, as a species, try to be better than this. And we're in the age of knowledge. We're in an age where we can publish something on the internet and someone across the world can know about it. And today's standards, that's just unacceptable. And if we just know about this but still ignore it, that's honestly worse than even making slaves. And to quote the Bible, the hottest spots of hell are reserved for those that maintain their neutrality during a moral crisis.
Thank you for your endless speech. Can I ask a question? Do you think that you are a slave in your life?
In the literal sense?
Do you think that you are a slave in your life? And how often do you have to think that you need freedom?
Not really.
Not really? Thank you.
Şahin Türkmen'e teşekkür ediyoruz. Sıradaki yarışmacımız Fen Lisesi'nden 12. sınıf öğrencisi Alp Ünal Ayhan geliyor.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the relationship between the internet and our freedom. And just a heads up, during the question and answer session, I'm hard of hearing, I'm partially deaf, so if I have trouble understanding your question, please repeat it, even if you need twice or thrice. Thank you. We now live in a world where we know no boundaries. Thanks to the global spread of the internet and mobile communications, our knowledge and the extent that our imagination reaches us broader than ever. It's safe to say the internet makes us free, but new questions percolate. Is the internet really democratic? Is it free and open to all? And is it free of attacks on individual rights and freedoms? These questions need urgent answers, as the internet becomes our primary source of news and information and obtains an undeniable ability to shape opinions. I'd like to begin by answering the first question. Is the internet democratic? I judge this by access, because if something's democratic, people are freely able to participate in it. The internet is rooted in everyone who has a connection being able to access it, but several obstacles to this exist, such as authoritarian governments around the world banning the internet, inaccessibility, which prevents disabled people from utilizing the internet, and poverty, which keeps billions from affording the internet. So the internet is democratic enough for those who can already access it, but it can't be spread wide enough to cover everyone. Another question that deserves an answer is this: is the internet free and open to all? The answer to this question depends on which country it's being asked in, and it varies a lot. For example, in North Korea, pretty much all of the internet is banned except a few government-made websites. Throughout the Middle East, some social media platforms are banned. Right here in our very country, thousands upon thousands of websites and pages are banned. The list of those banned pages and sites, unfortunately, don't just include malicious ones. It also includes many news outlets and sites that contain useful information for the public. The most prominent example of this is Wikipedia, which has been for 2 years or more maybe. And Ekşi Sözlük entries on Meltem Banko, who is a lawyer who had entries about her removed by court orders tens of times. So the internet is free for those who can write, but it's often held hostage by the wealthy and the privileged. My last question for today is this: is the internet free of attacks on individual rights and freedoms? This is an easy no. The first problem is that hate speech runs amok. Women, LGBTQ plus people, people of color, religious minorities, and disabled people, among other disadvantaged groups, often face unimaginable amounts of hate speech, especially on social media. Some websites churn out hundreds of so-called news articles that are filled with hate speech every day. An example of this is Breitbart, which is very popular among extremists and helps sway the 2016 US presidential elections. An organization fighting this is Sleeping Giants, which aims to make hate less profitable by urging advertisers of such websites to drop their ads. Other than this, various other attacks exist, such as doxing and swatting, which are practices that use critical and sensitive information of political critics to threaten and silence them. All in all, by asking these questions, we can understand the state the internet is in, and we can improve it to be freer. We have a huge responsibility to make internet free, because what happens on the internet is what happens in our lives. So let's work hard to make sure we achieve full freedom for all of us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your speech. I would like to ask you a question. Do you think technology brings freedom to all the people around the world?
I don't think that's necessarily the case, because sometimes people are often victims of their bad actions. For example, they commit crimes just to commit crimes. They are generally rude people, etc. And maybe this is a bad part of the internet, but it brought us a heavy lynching culture. So if people even make small mistakes, we can mistake them for genuine bad actions and bad people. So we are very quick to punish them. So I think that can impede with their freedoms.
Thank you.
Aydın Alayhan'a teşekkür ediyoruz. Şimdi de Özel Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi'nden 11. sınıf öğrencisi Tolga Cem Kiraz'ı sahneye davet ediyorum.
Hello everyone. I am honored to be here in the second round, and today I will talk about freedom with you and discuss it with you. So, to be able to discuss freedom, first we must ask ourselves some questions. First one is, how do we even reach freedom? And second is, what even is freedom? Is it doing whatever we want without caring about the consequences of our actions, or how we might hurt other people? Or if you have a much darker outlook on life, is it just a lie, illusion, something that we believe in to keep ourselves sane in this chaotic world? Well, I don't really know about that, but I know that this question has gathered the interest of thousands upon thousands of thinkers, philosophers, scholars, and other such men of thinking. And they have formed many extremely intriguing opinions and schools of thought about this. But today, I'm not going to talk about any of those. Today, I'm just going to talk about my own definition of freedom and what I think about it. To me, freedom is being in control of your mind. It is not letting that animal side of yours take control. It is beating our instincts. And to know if we can do this, to know how we can reach freedom, we have to first know about the things that have failed. Things that are almost entirely controlled by their instincts with no thought in their actions at all. And an easy example for that is an insect. Insects' brains are so incredibly simple that they can't even do anything but act upon their instincts. They can't think, they just do whatever they were pre-programmed to do. For example, ants. When an ant colony needs food, it will send out scouts in random directions to search for it. And when those scouts find food, they will hurry back to the colony while leaving a chemical trail that signifies the food. And worker ants will just follow that trail endlessly. They will not even think about it. I'm sure you can see how that might be dangerous. This is why we can sometimes see hundreds or even thousands of ants just turning around on their own, just stuck in a vortex, bound by their own instincts. All because a few scout ants left their markers in the wrong places. Now, Now, I get what you're thinking. You're thinking, I thought he was going to talk about freedom. Why is he talking about ants all of a sudden? What's this guy's problem? Well, I don't have a problem. I'm talking about insects to make my second topic even more concrete. And that is how we can reach freedom. To reach freedom, to be able to answer this question, we have to first see what's the biggest difference between me and an insect. You might think it might be the legs or our size difference, but no. The biggest difference is right here. The biggest difference between us and the insects or other animals, what distinguishes us over them is our intelligence, our minds. That's what makes us different. That's what elevates us. So, to be able to reach freedom, we have to use it. And only through critical thinking, using our imagination and getting control of our willpower, strengthening it, only then can we even hope to come close to freedom. Only when we beat down that animal side of us, only when we break the shackles of our animal urges upon us, only then and only then can we truly be free. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you for that inspiring speech. I would like to ask you, what can you do in your personal life to be more liberated?
In your personal life, you can just sometimes ignore your instincts. For example, I sometimes do this too. If you're hungry, just don't eat. You know, strengthen your willpower. Just don't listen to that animal side of yours that wants to always eat, always do other pleasurable things. Just don't listen to it and you will be stronger.
So it's self-discipline?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Tolga Cem Kiraz'a teşekkür ediyoruz. Ve şimdi de son yarışmacımız Süleyman Demirel Anadolu Lisesi'nden 10. sınıf öğrencisi Ceren Müren'i sahneye davet ediyorum.
Well, our speech is about freedom. But I'm sure that most of you all know about the freedom of movement, freedom of space, and contracts or else. I want to talk about the freedom of idea and sharing it. Freedom of speech because everything revolves around it. Take a moment and think of a world ruled by narrow-minded minds. What if the inventors could never share their ideas with the world? It is a world filled with darkness floating around the sun. Well, human beings have knowledge about the world they live in, and they can share their ideas freely right now, so they can improve in everything. For instance, Alan Turing didn't give up on what he believed and helped saving thousands of people's lives under all the pressure. There were always people who tried to stop others, but we learned the names of the ones who made a difference and impacted our life in some way. Killing ideas or getting into the grave with them in your mind had never affected us. Everyone knows the name of the guy who first said the world is not flat but it's jellied. He's Galileo. But no one really knows the executioner of him. This little difference, it is thinking, imagining, and sharing. Difference on our fingertips throughout our tongues to speak different words, to write different things. Not being scared, breaking the limits. Because sometimes unexpected people are the ones who make significant things. Difference is not a bad thing, it never was. With the help of difference, we can see a starry night so much more colorful than it is with the vision of Vincent van Gogh. Well, what if every single person in the world had the same talents, same abilities? Wouldn't life be so boring? What would make Mona Lisa unique then? Difference on our hearts. And And if we trust ourselves more, we can even recreate and be the light of a country under the light of Atatürk's ideas. It's all in our hearts. And where our heart is, that is not different, that doesn't change. They all beat while singing the song of freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared, for your speech. It was very inspiring. And I really wonder if you have a freedom song in your life. Do you have a motto, some kind of any idea, just for you and just for your freedom?
I actually do a lot of research about the people who had impacted history. And I usually listen to the songs about freedom, but I can't remember all of them right now. I love singing too.
Do you have your own song? Can you say a lyric or something? A word from your own life, from your own ideas.
Maybe I'm a little bit nervous. I just can't remember right
Okay,
now.
thank you. You're so cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ceren Müren'e teşekkür ediyoruz. Jüri üyelerimiz sonuçlarını değerlendirecekler. Biz de orada Özel Kavaklı Anadolu Lisesi Kavaklı Band müzik grubunu buraya alıyoruz. Hemen grubumuzu tanıtıyorum. Bas gitarda Berk Özgen. Elektro gitarda Yiğit Aydın Orhan. Ritim gitarda Emre Münir Ceylan. Solistlerimiz Yağmur Aksu, Mertan Nur Esen, Mert Şenyüz ve davulda Arda Yavaş ile huzurlarınızda Kavaklı Band. Klavyede Egemen Çınar. Biliyoruz.
Ses.
Ama bak şuna sakın.
Kimine pasport olaraktan ölümsün. Kimi bilir uzaya bürünüyor da onlarla. Her sabah yeni bir filme başladım. Farklı sonlar istesem de hep aynı finale gittim. Sonra birden daha kesin dünyayı anladım. Karşıma anlatmaya başladım. Koca yaşlı şişko dünya. Koca yaşlı şişko dünya. Ben de evimizden koca yaşlı şişko dünya. Gel anlaşalım senle ver bizim yerini. Gelin. Ben de evimizden koca yaşlı şişko dünya. Gel anlaşalım senle ver yüzün neferini gelin. Sevdim kızım delirdim. Gerçekten gerildim. Işıkları kapadım. Sabah geri saydım. Geceden aydın. Selam cambazları. Cebimdeki kızları. Ne söylesem varmıyor. Doğru haklısın. Onunkinden bana rolkiler kurmak şart değil. Yeteriz. Bize. Her sabah yeni bir filme başladım. Farklı sonlar istesem de